the first step for this beautiful character, we need to get a massive cock ring. And this guy is going to give it to us. Look at this. Level 86 cock ring. That's going to be the undisputed best elemental resistance ring in the game. Nothing else, dude. Easy, dude. Easy Uberlab on level 72 with life sprigs. 2k life, by the way. Okay, give me Berserk enchant now. Rain of Arrows. How much because of me is awesome? Well, thank you, sir. You know who also watches me because I'm awesome? Maven. You know what would be great? The shafts. Is there a shafts in the guild stash? Where's the guild stash? There's only like junk laying around here. Yo, what is this? Hey, awesome, dude. It's even perfectly rolled. That's fucking hell, dude. Finally some RNG here. Okay, boys, all comes down to this very, very specific moment. Level 71 Uberlab, 3.8k energy shield. Okay, just don't get hit. Easy. Don't get hit and don't panic. It's a good dodge, good dodge. Walk back, nice. Good dodge, good dodge. Good damage. Berserk. What was that, dude? Oh, was it? Okay, Google up level 71. Take 2.
Good luck this time.
Yes. I don't need luck. I only need skill. Easy clap, dude! Easy! Ah. Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today, another, update, as always, blah blah blah, on my league start, which has been amazing. After, until this point, until I stopped playing the Spectre Shield Throw Gladiator, which is kind of sad because I think the SST Bleed meme build was actually, so far, my most successful build. But hey, things are going to change, hopefully, pretty soon. So I know I have skipped the update from 2 days ago and yesterday. which I kind of want to apologize. But in the other hand, after stopping the Gladiator, I went through a kind of a PoE build crisis, how I would say, right? So I leveled up a character because I said like, hey, I want to play this one, you know. Then I played it, I was like, yeah, again this one, and then I started to level another one, then I started to level another one, and it just kept on going like this. So there was like not really any big information to share, you know. But I think I settled down on a character that I want to play, and this is going to be a Chieftain, what I'm going to talk a little bit about later. But let's go over what happened after I stopped the Gladiator. So the first, like you saw it in the highlights, I thought I'm going to take another take on the Bane Blight Pathfinder that I played last league, which was insanely fun, fast, and strong to play with the Indigon mana stacking, Mind Over Matter, Cloak with Defiance stuff. And I actually did pretty well on that character. It's currently level 86. I think I still haven't died on this character. That's how tanky it is, /death. Yeah, 0 times. Still hardcore viable build here. But the problem is, this character needs just more currency, okay? So I did buy a Divergent Berserk, which makes this entire thing viable with the Chainbreaker Keystone and stuff like that. But I couldn't afford any good cluster jewels that I need for this character, which is like 2 large clusters, 4 mediums, and the small ones. And I just couldn't see myself getting that in any... yeah, not even close to getting to that point. And since I played it lastly with a lot more currency, I know what this character is capable of doing. And I wasn't just happy with the current result, even though it was tanky and all that. But I just know this build, what I played, was like maybe 10% of the one that I could potentially make later on. So I was like, let's screw that. Let's go with the good old Essence Drain Contagion this time around with a Spellslinger with Divergent Berserk. Since I had the Divergent Berserk from my Pathfinder, I said, like, why not using the Keystone, the, Chainbreaker with Divergent Berserk on a Trickster using Essence Drain Contagion as a Spellslinger. But the problem here is more like, when I reached mapping and I started to do my first maps, even though it's a great build, you know, like Essence Drain Contagion, one of my all-time favorites. But the problem is the same with Blade Vortex, with Cyclone, with Essence Drain. And this is, I just have played these kind of builds so often already, and even if I know, yo, this is going to be a good build, this is going to get me to Awakener 9 probably, with a fair amount of currency, I just like started mapping, and after like 5 or 10 maps, I'm like, God, I just, you know, I want to play something new. I want to play something more exciting, and not something that I always play in almost every single league. That's why I didn't want to go for the Bleed Bow Gladiator or Lacerate Max Block as well. I just played all of these builds for quite often already, and I just want to make something new or just try out something new. And now I settled down on a Righteous Fire Autobomber. So I have played this build, what was it? A league ago, 2 leagues ago, as a Trickster with the Explo Nebulis, where I told you guys that probably if I would do it again, I would more likely do it as a Chieftain. And here we are currently level 81. I have 3k life playing a Righteous Fire build, which is not really that great, but hey, my gear actually sucks. So on the first glance, it's like, yo, you have a 6-link chest, like what the fuck, what do you mean your build sucks, you know? Yeah, it is still a blue chest. I bought this one for... well, I think like 270 chaos. So if you go PoE trade and you just, if it loads today, you just say like 6 white astral plate. There is people making those kind of chests, and then they beast split it. So you get those quite cheap. So here's a 6-link shaper for 70 chaos, right? And if you want to go for the Explo, you're obviously going to take the Crusader one. So if you go set Crusader on that part, we start on 290 chaos, which is somewhere around 4x alts or something for a 6-link white Elder like Crusader Astral Plate. And then I started to spam alterations, and I actually got super lucky hitting the Explo mod after like 150 alterations, so that's pretty good, right? But if you take a look at the other items, that was like a 5 chaos went or something like that. The gloves just for some fire conversion. The boots have absolutely like nothing. Crafted life, 20% movement speed. I still have my leveling belt. The double Kikasaru rings that I like literally doing nothing. 1 chaos Cephal's frame just for the maximum resistance. A 1 to all level of fire skill gems amulet. That was about I think it was 1 exalt or so, which is kind of expensive, but it had life, and it also had intelligence, which I super hardly need on this character, because leveling a Chieftain as a spellcaster is quite ridiculous. No damage, no mana, no intelligence, you know, like, you actually have to rush for the 30 int nodes that you can actually equip your spell gems, you know? It was kind of ridiculous, but even with 3k life, I just did like Uberlap right before I started to record this video, and I want to talk about this build briefly. So if you remember the build that I played when I ran the Beachheads, the Assassin, so basically how this works is you play Righteous Fire with an Explo chest, and then you use physical to fire conversion to make a part of the physical explosion from your Explo chest as fire. And since we all scale the same with like Righteous Fire, you get like fire dot multi, you have fire damage, burning damage, damage over time. All these kind of sources will also then increase the damage of your ignites that you're gonna get through the Explo chest with the fire conversion and enough chance to ignite, for example, with Holy Fire, with Breath the Flames, with Cook the Life notes when I find them. Where are they? Cook the Life here, 15% chance to ignite. So all you need, an Explo chest, physical to fire conversion, enough chance to ignite, and then you need Fan the Flames to spread the ignite, and then Herald of Ash will take care of the overkill damage that you either generate from your Explo chest or from the dot tick from your Herald of Ash and from your ignite to produce overkill damage to actually trigger the next one. I wonder, like, explain it better and more clear when I make a build guide about this, right? But just for the first explanation, so this is how it looks like currently. You're basically just charging in, and you're basically igniting with your Explo, and then it just you have a massive amount of chain reaction. Another adaptation that I want to do to this build is using Flame Wall. So Flame Wall is something that got released, I have no idea, like a league ago, maybe? Which is like some fire dot, more or less, as long as monsters are standing in there, right? It's usually used for sending projectile through to empower them with added fire damage and stuff, but Flame Wall has some basic insane damage, and it also scales the same as we scale our Righteous Fire, as we scale our Ignites, as we now scale our Flame Wall. And I even want to take it to a part that I say, like, you know what, I'm gonna play my Righteous Fire on a 4 link with a potential 7 link at some point, where you can say, like, Essence of Horror, Conk Effect, Burning Damage, and then use the actual 6 link for a Flame Wall setup for single target. And I kind of have to say I like Flame Wall for what it is, that for single target, basically, monsters are just getting in there, you know, you're just gonna send down your Orb of Storm or your Stormbrand for the flammability and stuff, and then you basically just spam your Flame Wall over there, and the boss will just burn down. You don't even need to, like, necessarily stand in with your Righteous Fire, although it is more damage. But I found myself with my 3k life, I already killed Hydra with this build, because I got it from a sauna map, and basically I was too scared to go nearby, so I was just, like, playing range Chieftain with just, like, spamming my my Flame Walls, and Hydra just burned down in there. So I know this build is capable of doing a lot of damage in that case with a 6-lane Flame Wall here. So why actually this kind of build? So if we take a look at the current Atlas with all the ascendancies for the regions, with Maven watching every single high tier boss and stuff like that, you need a character that is fast in clearing, because there is so much monster density. So I don't really feel good with any projectile based build. I want to have something that is unlimited damage capabilities in terms of clearing, which Ignite Proliferation, for example, delivers, because it's just going to spread itself, same as Essence Drain and other sources. Then I need a tanky character that can actually handle a lot of the content, like the Saurus or Maven or the Crucible, the Arena. So I think, like, yeah, obviously with the current gear, it's not really looking that great, but hey, there is a lot of more to come once we gathered more currency and can upgrade the character. But I think this build will be tanky. It will have insane clear with the Explo spread from ignites, and it also will be having enough single target damage to hopefully easily do all content. And this is exactly what I'm looking for in a build, especially since I got myself from the mystery boxes the new Herald effect, which is this effect over here, which looks absolutely gorgeous with my current MTX. There's like some explosion here, and you get this by combining the Misery Shield Charge and the Suffering Toxic Rain or something. If you combine those two, you're gonna get yourself the Despair Herald effect that we have over here, and this is the one that makes this cool looking lava explosions with the stones flying around. It just looks absolutely gorgeous, and I think at the moment I'm doing quite fine with this build. I managed to do my explosions properly. Obviously, it's going to get better after some time because of the missing gear that I have, so my ignites will do a lot more damage. It will like instantly kill off entire packs or screens at some point. But the most important thing is that you're gonna get this rule, or at least this core mechanic together with the conversion, you know, with the ignite chance and with the fan the flames. And I just have to say the most important thing on this build are the cluster jewel setup. So as you see over here, I think if I spend the next 10 skill points, I could get like 7 jewel slots. It's like 1, 2, then we have here for 1.3 jewel slots, 4, 5, then we have one here is 6, and I think there was one missing actually. Or not, doesn't really matter. There is just a lot more jewel slots than I can get for my typical generic far dot multi jewels, more or less, like the normal jewels, right? Like life, burning damage, fire damage, fire dot multi, that will scale everything together, right? And I think this build has insane potential once we're gonna stick more currency into it. But I'm actually really enjoying this build. So this is the build that I'm going to take for Awakener level 9. So this is what we're gonna do today, starting on stream. They finally start pushing again on the Atlas. I made no progression since I stopped the Gladiator. So I also like bought a bunch of unique maps now, so I can actually start progressing into the Atlas completion to sustain my map, spawn an ex-Conquerors, and see what they are going to drop. I can give you the current path of building link in the description below, but as I said, yeah, gear is super lackluster, and I just finished my cluster jewels, which is widespread. Burning Bright is like the MVP thing that you want to have. Fire dot multi, AoE, fire damage. I have like Burning Bright over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times Burning Bright. Then we have the Fan the Flames for the Ignite Proliferation, Wrapped in Flame, so we cannot get chilled, and we can cover enemies in Ash. And then I have 2 times Cooked Alive for the higher Ignite chance. So this is like mandatory to make those explosions. Before that, when I just had the Explo chest and a little bit of conversion, there was no chain reactions, you know, like nothing at all, right? So you need those double cluster jewel to have enough chance to ignite and enough ignite damage that you actually can trigger those massive explosions together with all the AoE that I get. Like, as I said, 6 times Burning Bright, times 8 area of effect, and the other nodes basically here are Thread of Hope to get this more ignite and more this life and stuff like that, mana reservation. It starts to come together very well, but if you want to create those builds, you need to make sure that you have enough currency to at least get the cluster jewels done. Otherwise, this build will not properly work, and you're maybe going to ignite like 1 or 2 targets, but there will not going to be any kind of big explosions, and I'm still not even there where I can like blow up entire screens with it just because I'm lacking damage. But I think that's enough for today's update here. As I said, the current path of building is in the description below. Today we're going to progress, today we're going to make currency, and then we're going to start investing more into the build and try out more things than just the way that I kind of build it right now. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.